बोल के हेलो एवरीवन, नमस्ते सभी को, गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू, शुभ संध्या। तो यहाँ पे आज हम हिंदी बंगाली दोनों लैंग्वेज में आगे एंड लास्ट में बातें करेंगे, लेकिन पूरे पेपर को सॉल्व करने हैं। पेपर टू इंग्लिश लिटरेचर यूपीपीएससी जीडीसी 2025 क्वेश्चन पेपर में तो लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन ये एग्जाम हुआ था 31 मई को 2026 के। तो शुरू करते हैं। तो আমরা এখানে আজকে 2026 31 মে যে ইউপিপিএসসি জিডিসি পরীক্ষা হয়েছে তার 90টা প্রশ্ন সলভ করব এখানে। আর আমি কিন্তু কোনো রকমভাবেই রিপিট করব না, কারণ অলরেডি 3 দিন আমরা অনেক কিছু আলোচনা করেছি, কিভাবে কি পড়তে হবে না পড়তে হবে, অ্যাপ্রোচের উপর কি করে কি কাজ করতে হবে না করতে হবে। অবশ্যই সেটা তোমাদের বা আপনাদের দায়িত্ব, যারা প্রস্তুতি নিচ্ছে, বিগিনার, इंटरमीडिएट বা एडवांस जे लेवलेरই कैंडिडेट हुए থাকুন না কেন বা থাকো না কেন। तो मैं यहाँ पे आज कोई भी रिपीटेशन नहीं करने वाली हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने ऑलरेडी 3 दिन के वीडियो में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व भी करवाए, अप्रोच के ऊपर बातें भी की थी। आज से टू द पॉइंट आंसर कहूँगी, ताकि इस 90 क्वेश्चंस में से आपको आने वाले यूजीसी नेट जून 2026 एग्जाम में कुछ हेल्प हो। ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं। तो शुरू करছি আমরা। 31 number, who speaks the following line in Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot? Nothing happens, nobody comes, nobody goes, it's awful. Option C is correct, Estragon. Next, the opening scene of T.S. Eliot's play The Family Reunion takes place at the option A is the right answer, the drawing room, after tea and afternoon in late March. Now, the 33 number question, consider the following statements regarding Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. There are two prose tales, Chaucer's own tale of Meliboeus and the person's tale. Nearly all the other tales are composed in the decasyllabic or heroic couplet. ये क्वेश्चन मैं आपको बाद में बोल रही हूँ, बाद में बोल रही हूँ, जो भी क्वेश्चन बाद में बोलूँगी उसको नोट करूँगी, अगले दिन टुमारो को लेकर आएंगे। तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में अगर हम जाए तो which among the following statements is not correct regarding Edmund Spenser's poem Epithalamion? Option C, the poem does not begin with the traditional invocation to the muses. This option is right, here right, but it is not correct, means this one is incorrect. Okay, the right answer is here C, but they are asking which one is not correct, so that the option C is the right answer here. Next question, matching Tarzarima Shelley's Ode to the West Wind and Spenserian stanza. Spenserian stanza is a Byron's Child, Harold's Pilgrimage, Rhyme Royal, Chaucer's Troilus and Cresside, and Oteva Rima is Byron's Don Juan. Okay, so next, for whom the following lines are written in Charles Dickens's Hard Times? A man of realities, a man of fact and calculations, a man who proceeds upon the principle that 2 and 2 are 4 and nothing over, and who is not to be talked into allowing for anything over. Thomas Gradgrind. Option C is the right answer. In the novel Taste of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, to which country Tace's husband in Angel Clare had gone to? Brazil. Option A. Next question, option 38 question. Consider the following statements regarding Girish Karnad's Nagamandala. Nagamandala is based on two folktales, Karnad Here Heart from A.K. Ramanujan, and the story is that of a young bride who is neglected by her indifferent husband. Yes, both options are correct here. Next one is, how many essays are contributed by Addison in the Tatler 42? B. Option B is right. Who said the following in the play Death of a Salesman? And for a salesman there is no rock bottom to the life. He don't put a bolt to a nut. He don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man way out there in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe sign. That is Charlie. Option A is the right answer. Next question, the novel House for Mr. Vishwas tells the tragicomic story of search for independence and identity of an Indian Brahmin living in Trinidad. Option C is the right answer here. Harish Trivedi in his essay India, England, France, a post-colonial translation triangle, discusses about the contributions of Munshi Premchand towards enrichment of Indian literature. Which among the following is incorrect about his contribution and creativity? Option C, he has translated literature available in English English only. This is the right answer, but they asked for the wrong answer. That is why option C is right here. 43. Now, which of the following facts is not correct about Whitman's poem Oneself I Sing? The poem laments the death of American President Lincoln. That is not true. Next question. Now, which of the following fact is not true regarding S.T. Coleridge's concept of imagination? The denotation and connotation are detrimental to each other. This option is incorrect. But except that these three options are correct. Okay, means in that point of view, imagination by S.T. Coleridge concept. Okay, but here the right answer is the denotation and connotation are detrimental to each other. Next question. William Wordsworth's poem Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tinton Abbey was written on 13 July 1798. Which among the following facts is not correct regarding John Donne's the canonization? The poem seems to be romantic. No, it is not belongs to romantic period. It is belongs to metaphysical poet, and except these three answers are correct in point of view of the real meaning of canonization. But here they are not. Which one is not correct? So that is the right answer. Next one. Ted Hume's poem Hawk Roasting was based on his the boyhood experience of fishing and shooting in his native, that is Yorkshire. Okay. Next one. Which of the following statements regarding a portrait of the artist as a young man is incorrect? Option B. It is about the life of an upper class French boy, Stephen Dedalus. It is wrong because French Dedalus is Irish boy, not French. Okay. Next one. Which one of the following is not correct about Raja Rao's publications? Kanthapura 1925. It is wrong. It is 1938. With whom the gorilla and Superman have been compared to in Derek Walcott's A Far Cry from Africa, that is natives, white men. Next one is which one is not correctly matched about the novel Beloved by Toni Morrison? Here I have some confusions. Google is showing two options here, option A and option B, but I would like to say option B, a narrative technique, autobiographical and simple. But I would like to say that please you means all the viewers of SB Literature, please search it on Google and search it on another text if possible, and if you can write it on the comment box also, and when we will in live session, then also you can share your answer. Next question. Charles Baudelaire's Les Fleurs du Mal is a series of 101 lyrics. Next is, which of the following poems of T.S. Eliot is written in the light of his tradition and individual talent? The Wasteland. Next, consider the following statements regarding euphony and cacophony. Euphony is a term applied to language which strikes the ear as smooth, pleasant and musical. True. Cacophony is a term applied to language which is perceived as harsh, rough and unmusical. Both options are correct. Previously I said opposite, but this was wrong. This is the right answer. This is the final answer which I shared today. Which of one of the following writers does not belong to the Victorian period? Walter Scott. I am sorry to say. Previously I shared William Makepeace Thackeray, but I was wrong. I am extremely sorry for this. But the right answer is Walter Scott. He is from the Romantic period, not Victorian period. But William Makepeace Thackeray, Walter Pater, Jeremy Bentley Hopkins, they belongs to Victorian period for sure. Next question. T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland has long been considered as an archetypal text of literary modernism. Next, who is the father of Alison in the play Look Back in Anger? Colonel Redfern. Next one is, which of the following is not a chapter of the novel The Rainbow? The Marsh and the Rainbow. And the Wedding at the Marsh belongs to chapter 5. The Cathedral belongs to chapter 7, and They Live at Marsh is chapter it's from chapter 2 too. So the right here they are asking for wrong answer, not a chapter, that is The Marsh and the Rainbow. Next one is your the method of teaching a language that involves a systematic presentation of the structures of L2, moving from simple to the more complex in the form of drills that the student had to repeat, is called option C, audiolingual method. Next one, which of the following statements is incorrect about Sarojini Naidu? Option C, her husband was a Tamil named Muthulaya Govindara Jules Naidu. It is wrong. Except these, another three options are right in reality, but here they asked for not, which is incorrect or not correct, that is option C. Next question, when did Ernest Hemingway win the Nobel Prize for Literature? 1954. When was A Room of One's Own published? 1931. But I would like to say all these options are wrong, so I think this question will drop. Next, who translated Vijay Tendulkar's Marathi play The Shantata Court Chalu Aaye into English as Silence the Court is in Session? Priya Adarkar. Next question, Ferdinand de Saussure's lectures on general linguistics compiled by his colleagues as course in general linguistics was published posthumously in the year 1916. The term negative capability was introduced by John Keats in his later written in December 1817. Given below two statements in Tennyson's Ulysses, Ulysses describes how he plans to set forth again from Ithaca. And option reason, the poem expresses Tennyson's sense of the need of going forward and braving the struggle. So both options are correct. R is the correct solution. Explanation of A. Okay. So this one is right. Next one is in which poem does W.H. Auden identify suffering and its human position as a key concern of art? Muse de Bois art. This one is right. George Bernard Shaw's family belonged to the Irish Protestant gentry. Again, I would like to say sorry, extremely sorry, because previously this question and on another question I had discussed wrong. Means I had discussed wrong answer. So here the right answer is Irish Protestant gentry. It was not English Protestant gentry. Okay, I'm sorry for this. Two questions I met wrong previously. Today I share it the right answer. Okay. In Of Studies, Bacon famously categorized books into three types of consumptions. Fill in the blanks. Some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. Next is, which of the following statements is incorrect? Rolla Barthes published his seminal work, Course in General Linguistics. No, it is not by Rolla Barthes. It is by Ferdinand de Saussure. But B, C, D are correct in point of view of our Rolla Barthes. But option E is incorrect, and they asked for the incorrect answer. That is why option E is correct. Now 71, which among the following facts is incorrect about Kamala Das's poem and introduction? Kamala Das describes in this poem herself as an Indian, a very fair complexion, born in Calcutta. No, it is not very fair. The complexion is totally opposite of the fair. Okay, so I already discussed it correctly. When did Arundhati Roy get the Booker Prize for the God of Small Things? 1997. Next is your match the following. The Rollert is a character, and his characteristics is Emma's father peasant, Leo Dupuis, that is a lawyer's clerk, Hippolyte, a stable boy, and Homias, the local pharmacist. And I never studied this text, Flaubert's Madame Bovary, in detail. So I searched it on Google, and I shared the right answer with the help of our Google. Next one, whose harsh and unsympathetic treatment uses Jane Eyre to lead to consignment to Lowood Institution? Mrs. Reed. For Bharat Muni, the main purpose of dramatic performance is to create or enact the rasas, because without rasa, drama can have no appeal to the superior. Both options are correct. R is the correct explanation of A, and I already discussed it previously. Which among the following following facts is not true regarding Blake's poem The Lamb? Option A, by naming Christ, the speaker says that the maker or creator calls him a lamb. It is not true. Okay. Next one is your match the following list. Okay, so music that the gentler on the spirit lies, that tired eyelids upon tired eyes. This is from our The Lotus Eater by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Next option B, no, let me taste the whole of it. Fair like my peers, the heroes of old, bear the burnt in a minute, pay glad lives appears of pain, darkness and cold. This is from our Prospice by Robert Browning. And for what wears out the life of mortal men, 'tis that from change to change there being rolls, 'tis that repeated shocks again exhaust the energy of strongest souls. This is from our option 2, that is The Scholar Gypsy by Matthew Arnold. And the last option is, the last one is, the darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. So this one is from our The Second Coming by W.B. Yeats. Next question. Which of the following is not correct about the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner? Option A, the poem opens with the line, it is a very old ship. No, it is a rhyme of Ancient Mariner. That kind of line has there in the starting of this, the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, not this one. Okay. Next question is, John Webster's The Duchess of Malfi was influenced by John Webster's The Duchess of Malfi influenced by Sydney's Arcadia. Okay. Next, Mr. and Mrs. Bennet, characters in Jane Austen's novel Pride and Prejudice, lived with their 5 daughters in Longbourn. Okay, next is your assertion reason. In The Hero as Man of Letters, Carlyle defines the man of letter as a prophet who interprets the divine idea of the world. Because Carlyle adopts his concepts of Fich's Weaver Adas, Western D's Gallaghertran, which argues that the true scholar must see through the sensual appearance of things or to the underlying spiritual reality. So both options are correct, and R is the correct solution of A. Next one, how many persons have been portrayed in Jayanta Mahapatra's poem Hunger? 3. The fisherman daughter and the fisherman daughter and a fisherman and his daughter and the person and the another person with whom he talked. Okay. Next one is which of the following is the beginning of line of the poem Daddy by Sylvia Plath? You do not do. You do not do. This one is correct. Now, which of the following statements is not correct about Chinua Achebe's Things Fall Apart? Option A, Things Fall Apart was his third novel, not it is his first novel. Virginia Woolf's central claim in her novel The Room of One's Own is that a woman must have money and a room of her own if she is to write fiction. Okay, this one is correct. Next question. Match the following. Metaphrasing means word for word rendering. Free translation means the liberty of translation. Transcreation means the translator makes the use of original for creating something of his own. Adaptation means an adjustment of a text according to one's taste. Next one is who said Shakespeare is above all writers, at least above all modern writers. The poet is nature. The poet of nature is our Samuel Johnson. Which one of the following pairs of book novels or writers is not correctly matched? Option C, The Rhetoric of Fiction, Nancy Armstrong. It is not written by Nancy Armstrong. It is written by Wayne C. Booth. Next one is the title of the second part of The West Land is taken from which of the following English dramatist? Thomas Middleton. And the next one is your from which of the following poems are the given lines taken? Come to the window, sweet is the night air only from the long line of spray where the sea meets the moon balanced land. Listen, you hear the grating roar. Matthew Arnold by Matthew Arnold's Dover Beach. Now, whose skull had been unearthed by the gravedigger in Act 5 of Shakespeare's play Hamlet? Option A, court jester Yorick. Which of the following is correct chronological order of the parts of the novel to the lighthouse? The window, time passes, and the lighthouse. Next one is when did Golding receive the Nobel Prize? 1983. The psychoanalyst can explain how all human beings are capable of learning a language because psycholinguistics attempts to answer questions whether the human brain has an inborn language ability in such a way that certain grammatical and semantic patterns are embedded in it. Both options are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Next question. In the following lines, what does the image of the great star early drooped primarily show? When lilacs last in the dooryard bloomed and the great star early drooped in the western sky in the night. An extraordinary life ended suddenly even though nature continues unchanged. Now, who is regarded to be grand, ungodly, godlike man in Herman Melville's Moby Dick? Captain Ahab. Here now, 97. Which of the following is not a character in the Things Fall Apart? Option C is Zulu. It is from this character is from Arrow of God. I'm so sorry. Again, 3 questions. Answer I met wrong previously. Extremely sorry for this. Here the right answer is Izulu, not Chilo. Okay. Who met the following statement? One cannot think well, laugh well, sleep well if one has not denied well. That is our option A. Virginia Woolf in a room of one's own. Okay. Next is your which among the following is not a critical thought of Sir Philip Sidney as expressed in his Apology for Poetry? Option C. Sidney suggests that there have been 2 kinds of poetic imitations. No, there have been 3 kinds of. That is why this is right answer here. Now, the given lines have been taken from which of the following poems? We decay like corpses in the charnel, the fear, grief. So that is from our Adonis. Next one is which of the following is being addressed in the given lines of William Wordsworth's Ode Intimations of Immortality? which of the following is being addressed? The child. Here the right answer is the child. Next one is, in which stanza are sages mentioned in W.B. Yeats's poem Sailing to Byzantium, stanza 3? Which of the following statements is not correct about Volpone? Or it is a comedy written in blank verse. It is totally wrong, but here it is right answer. Next one is, your consider the following with reference to the Spectator. Both options are correct. The Spectator began after 2 months of seizing the Tatler, and the Spectator appeared daily except Sunday and lasted for 555 days. Numbers. 105 question. So both options are correct. In popular uses, the term dialect refers to a form of language that is regarded as substandard, incorrect or corrupt, and the dialect as a technical term is in linguistics refers to a distinct form of language. Both are correct options. Next one is, which among the following is not true about A.K. Ramanujan's poem A River? The cows have the names of Shama and Radha. No, it is not Shama and Radha, it is Gopi and Brinda. Next, who becomes the victim of ugly social forces in Arundhati Roy's novel The God of Small Things? Valuta is the right answer here. Next, in which of the play Tom Wingfield announces the following at the beginning? The play is memory being a memory. It is dimly lighted. It is sentimental. It is not realistic. It is taken from the Glass Menagerie. Next one is, in the novel Jane Eyre, Rochester is described as a Byronic hero. According to Walter Benjamin, the basic error of the translator lies preserving the state of his own language. Who says that the play of linguistic meanings is undecidable? Derrida. Then consider the following. The rover, both options are wrong. The rover deals with the adventures in Naples and Madrid of a band of English cavaliers. No, part 1 from Naples and part 2 from Madrid. Rover. This is the right answer, but here this is wrong. The adventure takes place during the reign of Charles I. No, it is from the Cromwellian interregnum time period, not Charles I. Okay. Next, which of the following novelist described his novel as a comic epic poem in prose? The Henry Fielding, Joseph Andrews. Which one of the following pairs writers is not correctly matched? That is A.K. Ramanujan, the Striders. No, that is our Salman Rushdie. Here right answer is Salman Rushdie. The Summer in Calcutta written by Kamala Das, not Salman Rushdie. Okay, 3 options are correct, but this one is wrong, and they are asking the wrong answer. Salman Rushdie. Summer in Calcutta. Which of the following pairs or poems is not correctly matched? That is Mending Wall, All's Well That Ends Well, because this is taken from this line is from our Shakespeare's All's Well, Shakespeare's As You Like It, not Mending Wall. Okay. Next question. What is it? In which year Margaret Atwood's novel The Blind Assassin was awarded the Man Booker Prize? 2000. Next is your what is it? Chapter 1. Our Women. Brinda Nabar argues that the Indian women's identity is shaped by a double colonization. What are the two forces? Option C, the internal patriarchy of Indian tradition, caste, and the external influences of Western feminists. Next one is your the characters of Hori, Ram, the Dhania, and Gobar appear in The Gift of a Cow. And next one is Derrida begins his essay Structure, Sign, and Play in Discourse, the Human Sciences. It is the above quotation has taken from Montaigne or Mantegna. Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe depicts the lives of the people of Nigerian village. Biafran, Umofia, Ogiri Nekere. The Umofia is the right answer. So 120 questions we have done. So congratulations to all of you, because we have done 90 questions total. And I would like to say here that मैं आप लोगों के लिए और 2-3 क्वेश्चन में मुझे पता है, फिर भी मैं 2-4-5 क्वेश्चन को रीचेक कर चुकी थी और रीचेक करूंगी, रीचेक करके आप लोगों के लिए लेकर आऊंगी टुमारो के वीडियो में 5 से 10 मिनट के अंदर, ठीक है, वीडियो सेक्शन में. एंड टुमारो हो सके तो लाइव में आ जाएंगे, नहीं हो सके तो नहीं आएंगे. लाइव में आएंगे तो लाइव में डिस्कस करेंगे, और यहाँ पे ऐसे आएंगे तो इसी तरीके से डिस्कस करेंगे, ठीक है, वीडियो सेक्शन में. तो আমরা আগামী কাল 4-5টা প্রশ্ন আমার একটু রিচেক করতে হবে এই পেপারটা, তাহলে আমি বলতে পারবো যে 90টার মধ্যে 90টাই আমি সঠিক উত্তর প্রোভাইড করেছি. 3টে আমি ভুল উত্তর প্রোভাইড করেছিলাম, আমি তার জন্য খুবই দুঃখিত. সেটা এখানে আলোচনা করা হয়ে গেছে. আগামীকাল লাইভে এলে লাইভে আলোচনা করবো, আর ভিডিও সেকশনে যদি নিয়ে আসে এইভাবে তো ভিডিও সেকশনে আলোচনা করবো. থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ. স্टे कनेक्टेड विद एसबी लिटरेचर. डू लाइक, कमेंट, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू एसबी लिटरेचर. टेक केयर. सी यू सून. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल. तो सभी को नमस्ते, धन्यवाद. फिर से मिलेंगे और पढ़ाई जारी रखिए. यहाँ से आप लोगों को NTUGC नेट जून 2026 में क्वेश्चन देखने को मिलेंगे. हेल्प जरूर करेंगे. এখান থেকে হেল্প হবে আগামী NTUGC নেট জুন 2026 এক্সামে. ধন্যবাদ. গুড নাইট.